Hi!
Hello!
Happy World Fringe Day.
Happiest.
We are here with Carmel from Shen Fringe. Introduce yourself.
Hi, Internet. I am the directrix and grand high poobah of the Shenandoah Fringe Festival. And since I'm the founder of the festival, I decided I should have a silly name, a silly title. So that's why I'm the grand high poobah. But Shenandoah Fringe is based in Stanton, Virginia, which is in the Shenandoah Valley, thus our name.
Nice. And so when is your festival? When's the Fringe?
It is the second weekend of April every year. So this year it will be the April 8th and 9th, and it's a Sunday and a Monday so that we can capture the service industry and the arts industry people who don't have such a thing as a weekend. So they can definitely come on Sundays and even more on Mondays. So we're capturing two whole groups of people, the normal kind of like, of course I've got a Sunday, and then everybody else who, you know, works retail or in the arts.
So how many performances do you have in your Fringe?
So we have about 14 or 15 slots, depending on logistics. And inside of that, there are many more because one of those slots is a cabaret slot. And so that's where all of our short form work goes. So if you've got 5 minutes of dancing and nothing else, then there's a place for you in our Fringe. And we also do a workshop stage, which is it's one show, but it's a place for unfinished embryonic work to go. And we did that first year last year. So that was really awesome to see. This is a very risky place, but a place where the audience is right with you. So we had about 4 people in that. So over the 2 days, we have about 14 shows, and then each day, so everybody gets 2 shots, and it's quite dainty festival. Very small.
I was going to say that we've had some kind of monster festivals on here today, and I think yours is the babiest.
It is.
And you're going right to the other side.
Yeah, we're going into our 3rd year this coming 2018. So very exciting, very exciting.
That's so cool.
That's cool. And what does the Fringe bring to your area? What's the importance of it for your town?
It's huge, in my opinion, for a lot of diverse reasons. But behind me, you can see all of the kind of stuff that we've made for it in the past. But last year, our theme was "We are not other, we are of a kind." Because I don't know if you noticed, but 2016 was a bit raw for the United States.
Yes.
So
didn't want to mention it.
Yeah, we wanted to really talk about how a lot of people want to build walls, figurative and literal, and so we were like, let's screw that. Let's actually do more about connecting each other and connecting our disparate parts, and making a point that the people who live here are not other from the people that they see as artists and performers, that they are your neighbors and your cousins and your baristas and your the people that you see and you interact with every day. There's no such thing as us and them. So the idea, actually, what we focus on is that we're less focused on the artists need a place to work. We actually focus more on patron access, so that patrons in a rural southern area have something that they can have an ownership of and a connection to that isn't elsewhere. That if they want arts, and if they want experimentation, and if they want something that speaks to the diversity of who they are in a way that nothing else in the area does, then we have that, and we encourage them to come and be a part of that. So our town is kind of a blue dot in a red sea, and if I'll use the American parlance of politics, but we have a huge diversity of people here. We're not just all white Southerners. So part of what I think our mission is to kind of blow open that expectation and show that there's a place for refugees, there's a place for Latinx peoples, there's a place for Black, for white, for Asian, for everybody here. And so we focus a lot about access and who gets to be a part of the arts and who gets to see the arts, because sadly I think it falls into luxury category too often. So we keep our ticket prices low, we keep our days on times when people can come, like Sundays and Mondays, and we curate our festival so that we can maximize what the festival offers the community at large, instead of, you know, like accidentally having 18 Shakespeare programs. Like we can have a nice diversity of things. So
amazing. And so how do you kind of interact with the other festivals in the US or all around the world?
For sure. So I'm loving being part of the World Fringe Network, by the way. That's huge. That's really huge, especially, like I said, for small southern area. But I wouldn't be doing Shen Fringe, and it wouldn't exist if it weren't for Capital Fringe and St. Louis Fringe and Asheville Fringe. Each one of them spent, you know, their organizers spent time with me, like sharing spreadsheets and information, and, you know, like really being very honest and supportive, and realizing that, you know, we're not in competition with each other. we're you know, when we work together and when we present, raises all boats. And so that was like such a boost of confidence to say that there are people on your team and they have nothing to do with you. Like they're not around you, they're not, you know. And then so like we got it off the ground, and then the organizer, Jim Julian from Asheville Fringe, he applied to be a performer, and I was like, what? You know, I was like,
he's a great dirty puppetry, doesn't it?
Yeah. He came in, did some shadow puppetry about Eva Perón. So it was, yeah, I know. So that was another huge boost of like, what do you mean you want to be? Not only do you want to like give lip service to like helping us start, but you'll actually come and invest your time and invest your money. And so that's a huge thing for me personally.
They've passed on the love though, haven't they? Because Asheville Festival got support from Shayla, who came down, and Orlando Fringe, and so they're passing it on to you. And I think that's something that is really incredible about Fringe festivals.
Yeah,
for me, is one thing I mostly love about them is that everyone is just open to sharing, and they really do care about the success of each other's and the kind of health of the directors and producers as well. They don't slog their guts out to do something that's not going to work. So they make sure that you've got the best information that you can possibly have to have a great festival.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was so nice to have him here. And I've gone to a couple personally. I go to other Fringe festivals as much as I can. Last year was the first year I got to go to Edinburgh, and I went just as a patron. I didn't want to have anything to do with the mechanics of it. I wanted to experience it as a patron, because that's very important to me, and our mission is patron experience. Of course, I ended up in a show like 2 days later. Someone was like, "Do you want to be in my cabaret?" And I'm like, "Sure." Is that what it's like here? You know, it's like a theater Narnia. So yeah, so that was amazing to be able to go work, but go and be a patron and just like let go, like release, just release, and just be like walk into something and experience it with no expectations
anyway for this.
Yeah. So that was really nice.
Goodwill,
Oh, bless you. Well, we're going to say happy World Fringe Day to you, and we're going to love you and leave you. And we'll see you online and hopefully in person very soon.
Yes, and we've got an event tonight, internet, at 6:15 here at our home theater, The Kettle, which would not exist if it weren't for Shenandoah Fringe Festival, which is awesome. We're doing a cabaret parade. So we're going to do a retrospective. Yeah, retrospective with some live performances by people from the past few Fringes, and then we're gonna have a pots and pans parade down the street to just make our presence known.
I want to do a pots and pans parade.
Yeah. So, anyways, thank you so much for all your work, and bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.